Today we're going to talk about how to make your ads mega profitable. And if you want your ads to perform better than ever, then you need the right strategy in place and the right audience. I'm going to walk you through my audiences that got us to 7 figures, that massively gave us our qualified candidates and helped us scale. I will guarantee you will think differently about the way you run ads and find audiences. By the way, I'm Kyle and I made over 7 figures in the beauty industry, helping them scale their businesses to 6 and 7 figures. I've gotten over millions of views on my ads, and before I lived and breathed this all the time. So let's dive into it. Show you guys how I hit the right audiences and how I got millions of views on my ads. So guys, if I go in here and I walk through this, you're going to be seeing here a lot of ROIs, which is basically how much you spent and how much you made back. So I made a 7x on this one back, and you can see your cost per sale for these. And some of these things I'm going to blur out because some of it's sensitive information, but we have a bunch of ad accounts we spend money on. Here's one right here, 613,000. I'm going to be showing you other things, but right now I want to talk about what are the best audiences to scale, and like what are you missing out on to get qualified candidates. And like, because a lot of you'll launch ads and you're like, I'm not getting qualified candidates, but there's a lot of reasons why you're probably not getting qualified candidates. And I'm going to be showing you guys in this video, like, what are the audiences that are getting us a crazy, heavy ROI. So the first audience is here is an LLA, which is a look-alike audience. So a look-alike audience is something where you build something called a custom audience, where you can go here on the left, and if you click audiences, you can then build a custom audience. So if you go here to audiences, you can build something called a custom audience, and then it's going to basically show you here that you can build an audience from your Instagram account, a customer list, offline data, Facebook page, and all that great stuff. So here, the thing here is the most powerfulest audience, which I'm going to show you the ad and everything, or show you like the layout of it, is you're going to make a lookalike audience of everything. So we basically make a lookalike audience of everything. So for example, I put 180 days here, and I'll put, your Instagram account or Facebook page, and you'll do each one by one. And every single one of these, you're going to name this, for example, Kyle. And you're going to put 180. And then you're going to create audience. After creating the audience, you are then going to wait 30 minutes because it takes time to populate, because it needs to populate. Then once populated, you're going to create something called a lookalike audience, which you're going to do that, and you're going to create a lookalike audience. Then you're going to find it in the data sources here on the top. Then you're going to select the location, United States, and then you're going to click 1%. Then you're going to make a bunch of these 1% audiences, and you're going to do it with every single thing. And then you're going to run one big gigantic ad. So you're probably like, what if I don't have any of this data? You probably do have some type of data. If you have an Instagram page with a little bit of followers, or you have a Facebook page, let's pretend you're just starting out. Then it's probably best you build your organic to build these things up, or run ads to get some type of data. So the thing here is, to make your audience explode, lookalike audience is like one of the strongest audiences we run. So the first thing here is going here and finding that right audience that's going to keep explosive growth going. So if you look here, our profit here is $44,000, and we spent $614 per cost per sale on this ad. The first thing I do is here, like before I do anything, is I make sure I test the audiences at $50 a day, because when I test the audience at $50 a day, I can see what's going to get leads and calls right off the bat, and then I can scale things to $250, $300 right off the bat. And I usually just duplicate that to get to that level with that same exact ad. So if you go here, you can see I have a bunch of lookalike audiences here. This audience worked really good, but I don't recommend it. What I recommend is doing everything 1%, keeping it congruent. If you keep it congruent, you're going to do a lot better. So everything 1%. You're going to do 1% for one ad, and then 2% for another ad, and 3% for another ad. So you want to start for 1% because it's the most powerful audience. And then you can target all the 5 locations. I'm doing 3 here, but depending on the age of your clients, you put it here, the gender, and then you go from there. That's how you build a explosive audience, is by adding in at least 1% lookalike audiences of all different things and running that. I usually like to wait until it says 10 million. If it says 10 million, it's a great audience. I don't really run audiences say 1 to 2 million. I know a lot of gurus out there do that, but like if you look here, the proof is in the pudding right here. Like just look at my ads. Like my ads right here are getting the craziest ROIs. They're shut off right now because I'm running other ads, but I'm showing you these crazy numbers because you can see exactly like the audiences that did well. But a lot of people nowadays, like they're all talk, like they won't show their ads manager because they know their ROIs are not fire. Like I'm showing you guys right here what it looks like to have an ad account that's killing it. Look at this, 10, 3, 6. Look how much money generated. Look how much it costs per sale. Like I'm showing you the proof in the pudding right here. So that's how you run it. Like lookalike audiences, I say 1%, make sure it's 10 million people in the audience, and then scale that thing. And the first thing you're gonna do, like I said, is you're gonna test a bunch of $50 ads. And when you test the $50 ads, you're gonna get something to hit off and then scale it. And the way to prove that is obviously making sure you get a lead cost, depending. I don't know if you're running a call funnel or a purchase funnel or what you're doing, but if you're running a call funnel, you want to make sure you get $10 to $20 per lead, and then your calls should be between, $20 to $250 while you're testing on a low budget. Then once you go up to the $200 to $300, your cost per call can go up to $300, depending on your price point. And depending on qualified leads, like we mark qualified leads as well. So if you see here, qualified leads, we mark our leads as qualified so you can tell how much a qualified lead is. Sometimes you can't tell what a qualified lead is. Sometimes some people just don't market at all, but it's always good to market so you can get higher qualified leads and get the best out of here. Like if you see here, total revenue 1.5K and then 1 million made, 3x ROI, which is amazing. Like anyone would do that to spend that. So, building these profitable campaigns is not that hard. I know there's like I said, a lot of people will do like 1%, but they'll do just one audience, but I do like 10 audiences to hit 10 million. Every audience I try to hit 10 million because those perform better than little audiences. Cause I wouldn't be able to, like, sometimes, like, if you're in a B2B industry like me, you to spend $300, it's tough. So for us, we have to expand the audiences. Like if you're in e-commerce, it's easy because you're more of a B2C. If you're in B2C coaching, then you can really get more juice out of it. And the cost per calls are a lot cheaper. But that's kind of how like things will look on an ad perspective and things. You're probably wondering now, like, what would you do to run ads? Like, how would you run it? So like, I usually, like I said, I grab my winning ad and I throw it up there. Let me see if I can find it here. So I grab my winning ad and I make it so I have a headline on it. If you're B2B, I like putting a headline as a B2B. You like to call out your audience and it helps you, get more leads because people really see that's for them. If you're B2C, it really doesn't matter because you're targeting everybody. So you don't really need a headline, but if you're targeting someone specific, then it is. What I do here is I grab all my winning ads and then I put them in a dynamic creative, and then I scale it with a dynamic creative at a high scale. So it'd be $150, $300, whatever it is. I put it in one big gigantic ad and I launch it out to the public. It's already proven from my $50 ads that I was testing. And then I just put it together, bundle it together, and launch it as like one big campaign. And this thing crushes it when you do that. As you can see, my numbers are amazing. So you can do it this way. This works for e-commerce. It works for coaching, personal brands, all that good stuff. Like I said, lookalike audiences beat everything hand over fist. Next thing is retargeting audiences. And you're probably wondering, how does retargeting audiences work? Is you're just retargeting people that hit your landing page. They looked at your videos, your 95% viewed videos. They look at your Instagram, and you can just create custom audiences, not lookalike audience, but just the custom audiences. And then you're going to put it in one big bundle in the ad, and then you can put it inside the ad, and it's just going to retarget those same people that always look at your stuff. And that's how you're going to crush it out the park with this. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed the ads video. I'm going to come out with more. Make sure you subscribe down below if you want to get more value. The video next after this, it's going to show you some tips on the funnel, how you can build like a funnel that can make you 6 figures plus a month, guys. And I'll see you in the next video.